turn it off. And I thought yesterday, back in Louisville, our practice left a lot to be desired. And it was really, really frustrating. I got on the plane with a not so good feeling, and it manifested itself tonight. And
just muted it. Kenny, I think he got muted.
Got it.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Sorry about that. I just, you certainly want to give credit to the other guys, as you did. I mean, they came out and played hard and did a lot of good things. But most of your problems tonight, you think were self-inflicted?
Well, I think offensively at the beginning of the game, Bob, like we set the tone the wrong way. I think out of our first 19 possessions, we had 7 times where the ball touched the paint. And, Miami tries to, they try to crowd the lane. They're big, but that can't be the reason that we don't try. We got to get the ball in there. We got to force rotations. We've got to get guys out of position. We've got to get the ability to draw fouls. And, we shot 3 or 4 air balls to start the game. It was like a summer league. So, again, as poor as we played on offense, I thought we were just as bad on defense to start, with some of our guys not having the ability to keep somebody in front of them.
I kind of, I don't want to pile on, but I kind of saw you guys do things I haven't seen you do in a long time. They were flying at jump shooters and getting beat on shot fakes. And, I mean, you guys worked so hard on that. And then I believe they had 3 or 4 possessions where they got 3 shots. And how do you explain that?
It's sickening, to be honest with you. That's something that, we've come to take great pride in. Tonight it was completely deteriorated. I agree with you. There's nothing that you said that I don't agree with. I felt like we were completely undisciplined on shot fakes, on closeouts to drivers. We would go for a shot fake and let him drive, and so then the shot went up, and although they're big, we got to put a body on somebody, you got to drive them out. And even if you can't get the rebound, you've got to carve out enough space so your teammates can come in and gang rebound. We didn't do that. And those were 2 areas that we set the tone very, very poorly to start the game on the defensive end. And when you let a team get going and, they're in their gym and they got a lot of energy, it was not able to be overcome.
Carlik and Jalen, I know you're not trying to put a bow tie on a pig, but they seem to really leave it on the court, especially in the second half, getting you back in it a little bit. But nobody else stepped up. Did you, kind of following up what you said earlier, sense it from the other guys that they didn't practice well and it carried over, or what happened, do you think, there?
Well, it's not like Jalen and Carlik had overwhelming practices now. I thought our entire team was MIA. I thought that Jalen was MIA to start the game. He gave up a lot of offensive rebounds to, Nasir Brooks. He responded. Other guys didn't respond as well. David got banged up in practice yesterday, but if he's going to go, we need him to go. He's got to play like an all-conference guard. And, Carlik played well for the most part and did a lot, but, we can't win with one guy or 2 guys playing well on either end of the floor.
All right, thank you, Chris.
Open it up for questions now from the media. Please drop a note to chat if you have a question. So, Shannon first.
Hey, Coach. In your experience, does having a young team that makes some of these early mistakes, do they get a bit of a wake-up call when they have a game like this where the pieces don't come together and they can't retake the lead based on the things they've done well in past games?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are always going to be, welcome to college basketball moments for young players. As I said, I thought our practice yesterday, you reflected an immature, younger team. And that really hadn't been the case. I thought we make a lot of mistakes in practice all the way, dating back to when we started. But I didn't think our attention to detail, our concentration, our energy level at practice was where it needed to be. And I know a lot of people don't subscribe to that theory, but I do. I think you play the way you practice, and that's how we played tonight. In this league, we're not able to walk on the floor and play lethargic and think that we can make up for it in 8-10 minutes and win games. That ain't happening with our team in this league. And if that wakes our guys up to understand that, I guess great, but I don't know, Shannon. I don't know. Just didn't like the way that we practiced yesterday, and I certainly didn't like the way that we came out and played tonight.
Michael?
Coach Mack, Michael McCammon, Cardinal Authority, kind of following up on that. Obviously, as you mentioned, huge game coming up. Did you sense in the locker room that maybe these guys got a little bit of a wake-up call about how serious this is, how you got to bring it every day?
Well, if they don't, then I got the wrong guys in the locker room. You know, like we did not look like the team that we've looked like over the last 4 or 5 games. Again, I give Miami a lot of credit. I think they've been in every game they've played outside of the Boston College game that they came off of. They're playing shorthanded, but you know, Isaiah Wong is as good of a guard as we've played against all year. I mean, that was an incredible performance. 30 points, 6 assists. I mean, you saw at the end of the game, we're trying to double him and make him give it up and deny him the ball. You know, he didn't make any mistakes. And so, you know, I'd like to think that it's a lesson learned, Michael, but, you know, I don't have a crystal ball yet to tell you how it's going to turn out.
Shannon?
Going back to the three-point shooting, do you think that guys were being too hasty and not patient enough to try to get it inside and settling for some of those long shots?
Yes, I do. You know, I think that the type of threes that our team needs to take are ones that are generated by ball movement, by player movement, by the ball finding itself in the lane, and the ball getting kicked out. Those are the ones that we practice. Those are the ones that are easier to offensive rebound because your teammates know you're shooting. But when we're stagnant and we just throw it to a guy and it's not touched the paint and we shoot the ball, I mean, you could just see the result, air balls. I mean, that's just bad offense. And so I'd like to think that our team has understood that, but we didn't tonight for whatever reason.
Anything further for Coach? All right, thank you. I'll be back shortly with the player.